What's going on? What's going on? Oh, yes, freedom, peace, and clarity. Hey, man, let's get this going up right. Man, look, hold on. 1 second. So, look, I was watching the show, Severance, and I'm like, man, dang, it's 7. I want to do this Safe with Saylee on Friday. So, and there was some questions that last week I wasn't able to get to, and I want to make sure that I get to them now. So, what's going on? So, guys, usually, the Safe Space Saylee show is on Mondays. Hey, man, I don't want to mess up this hair. So, the thing is, on Friday, I'm still working on a few things. What am I going to start? What am I going to do with it? Maybe keep the Safe for Saylee. Maybe just some Q&As for some inspiring counselors and things like that. Let's see if they actually really want to do this. I think the topic, not really a topic, is for today. Just as a counselor, is it for you? A lot of people doing things, in life, and I'll be honest with you. As a counselor, it's not for you. It's just not. Or a therapist, however one want to see it, or psychologist. Some of those things are not for individuals. If you don't like people, you don't feel you can help people, it's not for you. And you may not need to be 4 years, so you can get it without you can work with individuals without getting a bachelor's. I have my bachelor's, and I have my associates as well. I got some additional certifications. You don't really need that, just depending on what you want to do. Because I have some clients, they have their PhDs, but it's like, that's not a give all or be all for personal development or just handling yourself. Like, hey man, if you know how to, you sit down taking tests and you're good at that, hey man, that's good for you. You can handle that. You can do that. But I remember there was the last question of last week. A lady was saying that she wants to be a counselor, and and it does matter by state. I remember graduated in Georgia, so when I came out to California, they wanted some additional certifications. Because, those are two different worlds, man. You got to understand that, too. With Georgia and just Cali, or Atlanta and LA, it's different. It's really day and night to me, and I'll tell anyone that. So when you're becoming a counselor, you got to understand, all right, what area you want to be in. Like for me, I could not be in Atlanta. I'll be running into too many people. No one knows me out here. So it's like, hey man, I do not want to give any favors. I'm running into some old girls or some old homies. Like, man, I feel like I'm obligated. I got to, I got to give you a pass for certain things just because we got history. But no, so let me remove myself completely from that area so I don't get run into those issues. So another thing, so I'll probably be on here for 30 minutes, guys. At least I want to give at least 30 minutes. I know they talking about to do some goals, or they want to see if you serious on TikTok. That's cool. I know what I'm trying to do. So when it comes to that, you have to make sure, as a counselor, you have to make sure that you gotten rid of all your issues. That's one of the most important things. Before you help anyone else, you gotta help yourself. I tell my boy all the time. You gotta make sure that you get yourself out of your own way. Resolve your own issues. Resolve your own situation before you help anyone else. What's up to everybody coming in on that part? Hope everyone is doing well. Like I said, I am a counselor in LA. I don't know how much longer I'll be out here. I've been out here like 6-7 years. I don't know how much longer I'll be out here. But I knew that I wanted to be out here, and nothing was going to stop me. I needed it. And, for the next course of action, who knows? I can end up in Australia. No one doesn't know on that end. I know I sure don't. but I've always been one to appreciate the surprise or whatever a situation may bring. Hey, if you want to have life just be the same old, some people like that. Hey man, choose that. I'm all for what works for you. So, on the topic, it's not really a topic today, but we really, going over is really, I said, is it for you? So that's anything you're doing. I don't care if you're a mechanic, you're a nurse, you're a dentist, you're a teacher, you're a plumber. Is it for you, man? Does it work for you? I remember in elementary school, I used to love the janitors. So I was like, man, I'm going to be a janitor. And now to think about it, it makes a whole lot of sense. Not only because they was cool, but it's like janitor had everything. Had all the keys to everything. He knew everything what was going on at the school. Hey, man, you know what everybody is going on. This person getting married or this person having problems. And it's wild because the janitor for me was better than the guidance counselor. Because sometimes it's usually, no offense, I don't want anybody to offend, but sometimes it's usually a white lady. I'm going to speak like that. And it's like, sometimes I know even with me counseling in LA, they be like, hold on, they ain't a black counselor, they doing this? So you got to understand, can you represent your own people? But for me, it doesn't matter. I can speak with anyone. I don't care if you're Indian, you're Asian, you're white, you're black, or, hey, man, you're European, what they said, African. It doesn't matter. I'm going to see I can handle on that end. Because there's situations that everyone deals with regardless of your race or creed. So the point of today is like, is it for you? Anything that you're doing. I met I don't care if you're a construction worker. I know, I'm not going to say any names, but I know some girls, they even construction workers. Hey, man, if that's for you, then it's for you. And if you're just trying to get the cash and get close to what you want to do. Because for some people, it's like, oh, man, you get stuck in a situation, 10 years, you had a plan, oh, man, I was going to get out of here. But you're still there. You're still wrapped up in something you don't want to do. That's going to affect you negatively. It will, every time. And that's the type of situation I'm on. Well, what's going on to everybody coming in? So what we on today is just like, hey, man, is it for you? And I know I'm answering some questions just when it comes to being a counselor. It's not for everyone. I'll say that. And that's for anything. Just like being a police officer. Or being a doctor. Being a lawyer. Being a nurse. Surgeon. A scientist or whatever. A chemist. Those things, you got to make sure you find what's for you. That's one of the most powerful things on the planet. Find out what works for you. Safe Space Saylee show on the Cinco de Mayo. Man, that's going to be I'm going to start having guests. I'm actually going to have my boy P. He was like, David, you having a Mexican on Cinco de Mayo. But that's powerful. Because I need you to be you. So he'll be joining on that. I'm excited, man. It's a real show. We asked him some questions, and the thing about it is we're getting individuals out of their own way so they can elevate, so they can become better, So, yeah, I mean, I jumped on here. I was like, man, I got to come on at least for Friday, the Safe with Saylee. I wanted to do that just so if there was any questions. I know I wanted to answer. I didn't get to answer some things last week. But when it comes to being a counselor now, you can have it. They have 6-month programs. You can get your associates. You can get your bachelor's. You can get master's or doctorates on that end. It depends on what you want to do and what state you're in. I know certain areas, hey man, they got 3-month courses. But just make sure you're ready. Don't jump into any situation and you're not ready. Because I know some some of the clients that I deal with, they'll eat certain instructors alive. See, when I get into a class, hey man, I'm running this show. Or I'll kick everybody out. I'm running this show. This is Mr. Saylee's class. This ain't what you doing. This is what I'm doing. So nah, I can't allow that to happen. So that's one of the most important things about being a counselor. You got to make sure you've dealt with your own issues. Don't be coming into, you trying to help somebody with their problems and you got your own situation you're dealing with. No. That's not how to do it. There's a term they call. I always have this experience when I'm dealing with a therapist or counselors too. It's called countertransference. Basically, the therapist and the client, the roles switch. But I'm just so good at what I do. So it usually always happens with me. I don't like it. But it's just a space that I have. Sometimes individuals are not as spacious. They're remember, sometimes individuals just want to talk, and they got their own 10,000 problems. I remember my mom used to always say, "Man, I got my own 10,000 problems. Nobody's not about to bring me their problems. I ain't doing it." And I'm telling people no. And if you don't like it, what's going on there? Everybody coming in, and if you don't like it, that's your problem. But I make sure, like, I do my best to help individuals because I've been there as well too. It's like whether you have doing certain drugs, or it's like even if you've been into the courts as well too. Nobody want to be in a court situation. I think as a counselor too, you need to be understanding. I'm not saying don't let anyone take advantage of you. Be understanding. Like I was saying before, it's not for everyone. Be understanding. What's going on? I'm trying to get everybody on this and hit this hello. I'm trying to be as present as I can. But if you want to be a counselor, you got to make sure if it's for you. Do you have the space to handle someone else's a problem or situation? Do you have the answers? Some people don't have the answers. I'll talk with them every day. I'm like, damn man, they just don't have the answers. I remember because I have MS, I was I go to the support group, and one of the ladies, one of the members, a friend too as well, she was like, "Then you just want to help everyone else solve their problem on that end?" I'm like, yeah, that's just kind of what that's kind of what I do. I mean, kind of, help them. She's like, "Man, you gonna help everybody out with their issue?" I'm like, no. I mean, yeah, I got the answers. Some people, they want to help people, but they don't have the answers. So imagine you want to help the whole world, but you can't even help yourself. You can't help nobody else. You trying to help yourself. You got to make sure that you're helping yourself on that end first before you can help anyone else. It's just like getting into a relationship and you being hurt. Oh, I can't wait till we talk about relationships. That may be in June or the end of May. It's like if you're not ready for that situation, you're actually going to hurt someone else because you're not done jumping from relationship to relationship on that end. And you ain't healed. I'll be honest, man. With the 8 billion people on this earth, there's a lot of healing. This is why I had to jump into the field quickly. Could I have got my PhD? Heck yeah. All that school stuff is easy, and I'll tell anybody that too. You just got to, it's just time. I'm like, man, am I going to spend 10 years to try to get this? Or am I going to jump in the field and really help some individuals out? I had to jump in and help out. I already did the 4 years in college. I mean, like, no. But see, son, you got to understand this too. Some things is just a gift for certain people. So you got to remember, what you're doing, what's going on that end. You got to make sure, are you a person that can even handle that particular situation? A lot of people, they talking about things, what they can handle, what they want to do, and it's not for them. It's not for you. Whether you're a teacher, you're a doctor, or if you're a counselor or police officer, it's just not for some people. If you got anger issues, you don't need to be you don't need to be a police officer. You need to be calm and cool, because where you gotta de-escalate the situation. I miss that term, just de-escalate. Police officers say, man, you running away. They want to pop you while you running. Shoot, they ain't with the, de-escalation. Like, come on, man, calm the situation down. That's why I love dealing with people who are mad, too. Guys, I deal with anger management as well, too. I'm mastered, on that end. Because I mastered my own anger. So it's like, I try to be easy and calm and cool. It's easy to be angry. It's easy to be angry. But if you need that help, you gotta go get it. Can I say that I solve all issues? No. Do I have all the answers for someone's situation? No. But you gotta make sure that you go ahead and find that. For my life, I got it solved. For my life, it's solved. That's why I'm going around the world. My situation is solved. That's why I'm going out to help out a little bit more. On that end. So the line is it for you? I don't care what you're doing. Make sure it's for you. There are a lot of people that get into a mix of a situation and it's not for you. It's really not for you. Yeah, I'm on that end. Yeah, you gotta make sure it's for you. People be getting into a situation and it's not really for them. And then you realize why you mad. You sitting at home like, dang, they don't like me. Oh, I thought this. I'll be real with you. You have somebody in your own family not even like you. It's be a real situation. You're like, dang, I thought that family's supposed to like. No. Do you know how many strangers I've had support me? Even with helping me out right now. For I love I'm on that end. I'm not going to say any names on that part. But even with me dealing with them mess, it's like, man, sometimes that's a little bit too much for people. It's like, man, nah, I don't want to help. I don't want to help. There's a lot going on. It is. But that's why you got to make sure a situation works for you. And I want to be an inspiration for individuals that have, MS as well, too. Because I'm still working. Sometimes individuals with MS, now I know some individuals, they can't work, their mind not working the same, maybe they feel their bodies, they can't do this, but I'll be real with you. If you have that will, the amount of jobs that's out here, you can do a lot of things. Sometimes it's just answering a phone, especially in this day and age after COVID. Sometimes it's just, they give you a computer, you're answering the phone call center. I always wanted to do a call center job, man. Some individuals probably do something like that. They calling your cell phone, you answering some questions, they give you a script right there, boom, boom, boom. You just gotta let them know. You may be doing some bill collecting, but hey, you're working. You gotta learn how to adapt. Sometimes you're doing certain things, you have something happen with you medically. I was seeing this one lady, because I take Access in LA. I know they got it in other states and cities as well, too. I remember seeing this one lady, she was on there, she was blind. I'm like, I ended up buying, she made these creams, like these essential oil creams. I remember just getting one from her just off the strength. I love when people are just doing something that's miraculous. Like, you're losing your vision, or you lost your vision, but you still out here making some kind of move. You didn't give up. Oh, man, that's so inspiring. So I'm that type. That's who I am. I'm that person that, like, give you that extra encouragement to keep on going. Because you may have some people afraid to say, hey, man, I'm proud of what you're doing, man. You're doing something good. You may have the individual, I know it because myself, you have individuals, they're even afraid to say congratulations, oh man, you're doing something good, I'm proud of what you're doing. You're really changing the world with that. And all someone needs is maybe just that one comment for the rest of life. I already got mine. That's why I'm good. I already got the clients. She knows she done certain things. I'm on a bonus mission. I've already helped out more than enough. So I'm not really looking for anything else. That's why I'm not looking for somebody to say, oh yeah, and you doing good or you doing that. But to say you got this, I already know I got it. I finally got it. You know? I'm helping others so they can get theirs. It's just like, let's say you on the fence. Individuals like, man, I don't know what I should do. What should I do? This? Should I go to the left side? Should I go to the right side? But make a decision, man. Make a decision. You playing around. Find out what's gonna happen. I don't care if it's the worst situation too. Find out. At least find out. At least you knew. Don't be scared. Folks be scared to jump off the porch. Like, nah. Man, I'm jumping off whether I want to or not. I'm jumping off. You know? And it's one of those things that, for me, it was the best thing I could have done because people would try to control you. Like, dang, man, this person making this decision for me. No, I make my own decisions. No. I don't care the situation. See, I even think about myself because even with me dealing with MS, even if I was, bed bound, because I know some individuals that are, maybe their voice box is messed up, their mind, they can't think the same. It must affect the individuals differently. Man, I'll still be doing something from the bed. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I can't be stopped. Because I've already seen children and adults with no limbs. I'm talking about arms or legs and blind too. And they still at it. I'm like, what? There's no way I can give up. I can't give up. I've already seen individuals that have done it without anything that I'm using. I'm taking for granted my legs or my arms or my vision. Like, no, I can't do it. Oh yeah, guys, and I just forgot about that thing. That made me think about it. Me and my bro, we made a song. It's called Your Experience. I want everybody to go out and hear that too. That's a powerful song because it talks about your experience. Like, me and the next person's experience are totally different. It's about cherishing what you're going through. Whether it's difficult or easy, it's fun, however. Do what you can. It's your experience and no one can tell you how you're living. But yeah, on Monday, not Cinco de Mayo, man, I'm having the first guest. I'm going to close out the month. I ain't doing no guests for the Safe Space Saylee on Monday. I'm not doing no guests until my boy Pete come on Cinco de Mayo. Man, I got to get some questions lined up for my boy. And then next Friday, I'm still going to have some, because I know we out of here soon. I'm going to have the Safe with Saylee. I'm still looking to add a lot more things with it. I am. But this is just my situation. I get to tell what individuals what's up. I see some individuals joining. Now, we ain't joining up right now, guys. But shout out to you. Shout out my mom, that end. It's all love. So much love. You see, that's what you got to spread, people. That's what I'm here for. You got to spread love. See right there. Y'all can type it. I know some individuals was tapping the screen. Come on, y'all can do all that for your brother some love, your counsel some love. But yeah, I wanted to piggyback off of myself just last week. Individuals that want to get into the counseling field, you got to understand, what do you actually want to do? I know individuals saying, yeah, the schooling, yeah. But I want to tell you this. Don't just be reading out of the book. I understand. I appreciate people that's just book smart. But you got to get out there into the streets too. You got to get in the field. Maybe go and volunteer at a shelter or something. Get some of this street life. I'm gonna say it like that. Get some of the street life under your belt. Cause man, you coming in there with the book smart. Not to say you won't succeed. But sometimes the clients, they may eat you alive. I wish somebody would talk to me crazy. I wish. I be hoping. I remember I was dealing with this one client one time. she didn't what she said, she didn't want to answer any of my questions. I'm like, all right, I'm talking about every week. She didn't want to answer the questions, but whose loss is it? Is it mine? No, it's her loss. You got a powerful individual right there to help you out with your situation, but you got to remember, some individuals don't want help too. As a counselor, you got to learn that and be okay with it. Some people don't want to be helped. It could be your own mama, your own dad, and your own brother, your own family member, your friend. They don't want help. Some individuals, I've seen people homeless, they don't want the help. It's like, dang, man, are you not gonna... Are you waiting for somebody to grab your hand, hold your hand, and take you up to the hospital to do this? It's not gonna happen. It may not happen. So you're just gonna abandon yourself? But that can happen. Imagine being abandoned so much that you're like, dang, I guess I should just abandon myself. That's tough, man. It happens. Some people just won't make it. And that, it hurts me, man. I got a big heart. It hurts my heart because it's like some people in this life, but it was one of the hardest things I had to learn. Some people just not going to get it. I don't care if you 50, you 60. My oldest client, I always say this, by 85. It doesn't matter. I don't care about the age. You can master this life at 18. You don't have to be in your 30s or your 40s or your 20s. You don't have to. You don't have to wait. You know? Right. Keep climbing up. Hey, bro, I see what you do. You got to keep climbing up. I'm looking at your chest a little later. But yeah, you got to keep climbing up. Because, you know, one of the things that I say is every day does get better. You know, but you have to do something. You got to make sure of it. You can't just hope on waiting. Prayer is good. But it's just like praying, oh, I hope I get this job. I'm praying. But you ain't even stepped out to apply, to follow up, to get an application for the job. You didn't even go out. Just like I was out there on Melrose today. I don't want to talk too much because I don't want people to be pulling up on me. I had to be real quiet because some clients be wanting to pull up where I'm at. I had to move out of a certain area too. Like, nah, bro, y'all not about to just pull up on me like I'm your friend like that. No. But I was on Melrose a little bit early. I had to take care of some business. I was like, dang, this is what people be wild about? The Melrose, the Sunset, they still be wild, you know, about it. But it's something that everyone should see. I would say it's something that everyone should see. But it's not all to like, though. It's a small excitement. You got the whole earth. You know, you want to make sure that you're seeing it. Because you got to look at it like this. Let me give you guys something real powerful right quick. And I may record this, share the replay, any things that I have on there. I may try to replay it or up. Because even when I'm doing my Safe Page Saylee, I can't record everything. I'm not going to post up everything. Maybe you can see it on the YouTube or something like that. You can see it on the YouTube like that. But the thing is, what was I saying? You got to make sure you're exploring this life. Get out of your neighborhood. Get out of your city. See the other side of the world. Sometimes what you're doing, I said this in my last live as well too. Sometimes you may want a good life, a good experience, but you can't get it because you're still in the house. You're still in your small city, even if it's a big city. I'm not telling you to move. People say, oh, I don't have the money to travel like that. I don't have to do that. Well, then how are you living then? Because the bills are never going to be done. If you're in America, you know, the bills will never be done. So that means you're always going to have an excuse. No. You got to understand this too. People are going to... My mom always used to say, like, hey, man, you know, the bed you make, that's where you got to lie in. Sorry, guys, this camera keep going up. But yeah, the bed that you make, that's what you got to lie in. You have to. But yeah, the bed that you make, that's what you got to lie in. You have to. You know, it's one of those situations. So you got to realize that. Shout out to everyone doing the invites and just dropping in to see what's going on. Hope everyone's having a great Friday on that end too. But I want to let individuals know this. You can have more out of life, but you got to put the work in. You may have people around you that are saying, hey, man, you know what? I'm going to cap you at level 5. But you don't really get your breakthrough to level 7. So you got people around you that want you to stay at level 5. You going to stay there? Or you going to say, you know what? I'm going to do what I want to do. I can't be controlled. I got to do what I have to do. And you got to remember this. I love this point right here. People are not going to like you. I remember, wanting everyone to like me when I was younger. Now I don't care. I'm in a position, if you like me, that's cool. And if you don't, that's almost better than if you did like me. I've used the dislike and I made it into a like, so where I even like the dislike. Now that's some powerful things. Now as a counselor, a lot of counselors don't teach that. A lot of counselors don't teach that. But I'm not gonna be in nobody else's box. We're gonna get out of here, probably like 5 more minutes. We're gonna get out of here. Man, with the safer Saylee. I'm still thinking on what to call it. Maybe do some more things with that. Man, I've been watching this show, this Severance. Man, it's a wild part right now. I'm like, man, let me jump in. Because I said I would. I like to be a man of my word. I ain't gonna let no TV stop me from stopping me for what I got. TV, that's never gonna stop. That's a luxury. All that stuff is luxury. Oh yeah, and shout out to shout out to Slide, shout out to Thug and Future, man. They dropped a song, Money on Money. Man, go get you some money, man. Go get you some money. Stop playing around. And if you in your mom crib, hey man, I'm not saying, I know COVID things are rough, but being on your own versus being at mom's spot or somebody else, it's a different situation. I remember staying in a shared living household with individuals, but they were stuck there. I ain't gonna call no names, but they know who they are. It'll never, well, I ain't gonna say that. Because it was me, but the thing is, I'm never stuck anywhere. Even when I'm at in LA, I ain't stuck here. Man, I'm the type of real, I can go anywhere. We got 3 more minutes. I can go anywhere. I don't care if it's, South Africa. I don't care if it's Australia. I got some family in Australia too, Melbourne. What's going on to y'all out there? So a lot of things to do. Excuse you guys. A lot of people to be. Make sure that you're being yourself. Happy Friday to everyone on that part. Happy Friday. Make sure that you're loving yourself and make sure that you are a man or woman of your word. Make sure you're doing the things that represent who you are. Sometimes it's like, hey, man, I'm one of those types. I can't be bought. I don't care if you come in with 100 million. I ain't going for that. I'm not going for none of it. But I know a lot of people that will go for it. That's why I can't put my trust really in too many people. Because I'm like, man, you'll sell me out for $1 million. You'll sell me out. You throw me under the bus. Or you get me set up for 20 G's. Like, nah, man. You stay over there. Stay over there. But I'm going to wrap up like this. Because I was saying, is it for you? And this is anything. You got to make sure. I know some individuals want to be counselors. If it's for you, then you will, not only you will know it, but nothing will stop you from getting it. Whether you got to do a schooling 3 months, 2 years, 4 years, 8 years, whatever you want to do, make sure you know exactly what you want to do. And build up. And sometimes you may have to start up different. Sometimes let's say you want to work with children, like I do. But right now I'm dealing with adults. I mean, it's cool, but I'm working my way, to get in with the children because I know that's where I'm at. That's where I really, because I mean, some of these old people, they don't want to change their mind. But imagine you got the mind of a young one, and you can build and you can instill motivation and confidence. Oh man, imagine someone 10 years old, they meet somebody like me. Whoo! Everyone becomes the unbreakable and the unstoppable. So I'm gonna end it like that. I appreciate everyone on that end just for dropping in. If you dropped in, if you didn't, make sure that you're loving yourself more than ever. I appreciate everyone, and I hope that you are loving yourself more. And I will be here next week. Remember, the Safe Face Study Show is on Monday, Cinco de Mayo. I mean, we are doing one this or coming up, but my first guest will be on Cinco de Mayo. My boy P. I love that guy, man. Love that guy. We're gonna drop some heavy stuff. But yeah, guys, please make sure that you're taking care of yourselves. And we out of here like last year. All right, guys, peace out.